Okay, so you may be asking yourself, reading this title right here, Jay, why are you covering this? This is Epstein stuff, the billionaire class, all that other great stuff. But there is a point in here that I really want to get to. So let's just go through this and let's try to be adults about it because I've read this article and it reads like Bang Bros wrote it, okay? So this is coming to us from the New York Post. Jeffrey Epstein's latest accuser says he forcibly entered her at 15. This is written by three women, okay? Priscilla de Gregory, Natalie Musumeci, and Leah Etchewich. I'll go with Etchewich. Now, this is the accuser right here, and she's in her 30s now. So does she get the 35%? Without question, okay? Another one of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged victims has come forward saying the billionaire pedo forcibly entered her at age 15 at his multi-million-dollar Manhattan townhouse. Jennifer Arazo was just 14 years old when she was recruited by a mystery brunette woman in her early 20s to become part of Epstein's harem of underage victims. Arazo claimed in court documents filed Wednesday in Manhattan Supreme Court. This is the reason why I really wanted to cover this, because who's this woman? Who's the mystery brunette woman that was doing this recruiting? Do you have any information on her? Is she getting charged? I mean, I'm not trying to absolve Epstein by any stretch of the imagination, but you're talking about there's this thing goes deeper, far deeper than you'd really understand or you can really fathom. And there are far more players involved. And so, to have the spotlight on this guy, but say, hey, this woman's, she's a mystery. She really brought this woman into it. So let's check out her story first. Come on.
Oh my gosh, I was 14 years old. Like, what the hell do you know when you're that young?
Jennifer Arazo grew up in New York with dreams of becoming a Broadway actress. She was thrilled when she was accepted to a performing arts high school in the city. And it was outside that school back in 2001, she says, a woman first approached her.
And that's really where where I'm taking issue. It's like, yo, you were approached by this random lady, and where's this lady at? Please, anybody? Can anybody tell me where this random woman is?
House, just blocks from the school. When you first met him, what did you think? What did he say?
Very nice. Basically saying that, he's heard a lot about me. The recruiter was talking such nice things.
Arazo says she was served wine and
Okay, she had it back in the day. I mean, no offense. I mean, I like not to be weird about it, but she was very attractive. She's very attractive now, so you can kind of tell where it's going. I'm having a hard time with this video, though. I'm not gonna lie.
School.
Come on.
When you first met him, what did you think?
I cannot touch this thing without it going further into the video.
And it was a very pretty naked woman, and he used to always say that I look like her.
She said.
So here's what we're gonna do, because I hate this video. I'm gonna read off the rest of this article because it's just really sensitive. Okay, so Jennifer Arazo was 14 when she was recruited by a mystery brunette. What began as mostly nude massages escalated to a forced entry a year later, she said in the documents. Okay, yeah, that's kind of gonna happen. I mean, he forcibly entered me. Arazo, now 32, told NBC News in an interview. He knew exactly what he was doing. So was that brunette, darling. Arazo's nightmare began in 2001, when the mystery woman approached her outside her high school. We know that. The woman, only identified in court papers as the recruiter, why she should be in prison as well, approached Miss Arazo and repeatedly over the course of a week or two, offering to take her for lunches close by the school, and during the meals would continue to ask personal questions about her, the documents state. I was kind of a lost kid and she sensed it. Arazo, whose father died of AIDS when she was 12, told NBC News. So her dad died. And this is the importance of fathers, guys. Her dad died, when she was 12. And a couple years later, she was out of it. And this article doesn't even mention what was going on with her mom. So the woman brought up Epstein to a young Arrozo, speaking glowingly of him and telling Arrozo that he felt horrible about the loss of her father and said that he wanted to help her, according to the documents. And this, my friends, is grooming. For the most part, this is grooming. Oh yeah, he want to be your daddy, alright. She is fine though. She's a gorgeous woman. The woman told Arrozo, whatever, that Epstein was a caring guy who said that she should not be struggling and that he wanted to be there for her. Of course. Soon, the woman introduced the teen to Epstein at his East 71st Street townhouse, where she opened up to the much older financier about wanting to become a Broadway actress. Oh, they all do, don't they? I mean, that's literally, please, close your eyes and pick a porn. They all, at one point, wanted to be an actress, okay? During the first visit, Epstein gave Arrozo $300 and said, "Here's a little something to help you out. I take care of the people I care about," the document said. Epstein told her that the teen was very lucky to have met somebody like him and that he could really help me, she recalled to NBC News. Arrozo had visited Epstein's home with the woman up to 2 times a week during the first month, and each time Arrozo stayed between 1 and 2 hours. At the end of the stay, Epstein would direct his secretary to give her $300 and just say that he wanted to help her out, while she and the recruiter would be served cheese, crackers, and wine by the maid. The document said, man, that is baller, isn't it? I mean, not the act, but I mean, serving them cheese and crackers and wine. When Arrozo first visited Epstein's alone, Epstein took her on a tour of his $77 million residence, leading her to what he called his favorite room in the house. Of course it is. It was the massage room, equipped with a table on the floor, paintings of nude women on the walls, that's what she was talking about, and a ceiling painted to look like a blue sky with clouds and angels to give the appearance that you were in heaven, according to the documents. I mean, at least he wasn't lame about it. Man, really was balling. Right behind the massage tables was one painting of a nude woman with small breasts and brunette hair, which Epstein said how much the woman in the picture looked like her. To the 14-year-old Arrozo. I mean, where are your senses, sweetie? If you've been having nude massages with this guy and now he got you all alone, I mean, where is the light bulbs going off? Because at 14, as a boy at 14, yeah, self-awareness was something I'll admit that I lacked, but not to a point where I know, the sexy time was about to go down. I mean, not to make light of what he did to this young lady, because this is grooming, this is manipulation at its worst levels, and it really does reinforce the need of fathers in the home, without question. He said he liked girls with small breasts because they are natural and real. Can't argue with that. He then complimented Miss Arrozo repeatedly about her breast, the document said. For a year, Arrozo said she was brainwashed into giving Epstein massages while wearing only her underwear. He would beat off until he finished and then leave her $300. It's pretty expensive. I mean, you do realize the internet's a thing, right? "I take care of you. You take care of me," Arrozo claims Epstein told her after their first encounter, according to the court documents. "This was amazing. You're beautiful. I can't wait to see you again. I will give you a call during the week and we'll see each other again," Epstein told Arrozo, the documents say. During the second sexual encounter, while Epstein started to beat off, he grabbed Miss Arrozo's breast hard without asking, and this time insisted that Miss Arrozo rub his chest, arms, and legs, and pinch his nipples, which he said was one of the main things that turned him on. Oh my goodness, I didn't need to know it turned the guy on. One day in the 2002, during the fall of Arrozo's sophomore year in high school, Arrozo claims Epstein her to... Epstein asked her to remove her underwear because he wanted to try something different during a massage. Red lights, man. "Why don't we do it where you're on top of me, massaging me, and take your underwear off?" Epstein told her, according to the court documents. This really sounds like something from Bang Bros, doesn't it? Arrozo told him that she was uncomfortable, but Epstein responded saying he loved her and cared for her, the court papers say. There's the guy. who apparently has a thing for his nipples getting pinched. The teen just did as she was told and got on top of him, and Epstein beat off as she rubbed his chest. Suddenly, without giving any notice, Epstein forcibly entered and proceeded to have sex with her, the document said. Arezzo was petrified, felt trapped, and didn't know what to do, so she did as she was told. Epstein held her tightly and was forcibly inside her. The paper say, as adding that Epstein did not use a rubber. It was very aggressive. It was forceful. Arezzo told NBC News, "I was terrified and I was telling him to stop. Please stop." After forcibly entering Arezzo, Epstein told the team that she was amazing, that she felt amazing, and that she did nothing wrong. The document said, and I mean, I'm pretty sure that's right on all counts. But man, this is awful. This really is, because she was really manipulated and groomed over the course of, a year and some change to just be like, okay, yeah, this is great. This is perfect. I want this. She said she never returned to his home after that day, but the trauma of her last encounter with Epstein took a toll on her. She dropped out of school to avoid going to his neighborhood and suffered from anxiety and panic attacks. "I kind of hated myself for it," Arezzo told NBC News. "I was like, I'm stupid. I should have known better. I'm a bad kid." Yes to all three. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, but like at 14, like you have to have a little bit more self-awareness and be more on point of what's going on. But at the same time, this is why parents and that guidance that parents, namely fathers, are supposed to give is so important. This should have never happened to this young lady. I'm sorry if I come across as, callous in my commentary here, but this should have never happened to her. She should have never been put in this position in the first place. She was vulnerable and they took advantage of that, and that's not cool. Allegedly. All of this is alleged. Nothing's come out, because at the end of the day, let's be real, we've had so many different stories and encounters and all these other things. Nobody knows what genuinely took place, and I am 130% about the presumption of innocence regardless of evidence until after trial. But at the same time, this is saddening and infuriating. "I basically just tried to forget about it and live my life," she said. Maybe she could have been an actress, because that's far more believable of a sad face than AOC did. I can guarantee you that much. Asked why she never went to authorities, Arezzo said she was scared. "I was so young that I was worried that somehow I would get in trouble," she said. "I was really frightened of Epstein. He knew a lot of powerful people, and I didn't know what he could do to me, and I wasn't sure that anybody could protect me." Arezzo's plans to file a lawsuit against Epstein on August 14th, and in court papers filed Wednesday, asked a judge to sign off on a subpoena to depose Epstein, and requested his employee records, all to help her find out the identity of the woman who recruited her. There you go. Okay, good stuff. Epstein's lawyer did not return a request for comment by the Post about Arezzo's claims. The 66-year-old is charged with sexually abusing underage girls at his homes in New York and Florida in the early 2000s. In 2008, Epstein dodged federal charges as part of a sweetheart deal he struck with prosecutors in Florida that allowed him to plead guilty to 2 counts of soliciting prostitution, one involving a minor. In exchange for an 18-month sentence, he wound up serving 15 months. Arezzo said she hopes Epstein, who faces a maximum 45 years behind bars, spends the rest of his life in prison. He shouldn't be on the streets anymore, period, she told the news outlet. So ultimately, I've given you guys my thoughts already. This is manipulation at the highest level, and I mean, damn, you can't even really blame, because with the dad passing from AIDS, there was literally, nothing to be done. Prayerfully, he was in her life, long enough to have some kind of impact, but he wasn't there to protect her, and that right there is just insanely sad to me. So my fingers are crossed that they also get his recruiter out there. That's one of the reasons I don't think, you got I don't think Me Too's jumping too hard on this one, because he had women out there recruiting for him. It's just like that Allison Mack chick from Smallville. They sit there and they recruit other young girls to, go and be harlots and harems, and it's unfair. It really is unfair to them, because giving somebody $300, particularly at that age, $300 every time they see you. It's that hypergamy kicks in automatically. It kicks in for guys too. Like, yo, $300, you just handing out money? Shoot, I'll take it. But what are you doing and what are you giving up for that money? Right? So, with that being said, all the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss me a like. Dislike it, go ahead, do that too. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get more interesting stories like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring and YouTube's not going to. And speak. Let me know, what do you think of this story? I mean, she's definitely a 35%er. I'm unfamiliar as to what her life has been like since. I really hope that she's doing well enough, pat through all of the trauma that she's gone through, seriously. And, your comments are always welcome. So until the next one, guys.